Told you we was giving you the okay back today to make a way. He gon' die today, nobody still.
Skeem, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm great, bro. I'm great. I'm in a wonderful spirit these days. Shit.
It's been a minute. We ain't, like 2 years, a year and a half.
2018. I remember. I think it was 2019.
2019.
Like October or something.
Long time.
I was in that OU hoodie.
Oh man, pulled up to Norman in the OU hoodie.
Hell yeah, I had to show love. I ain't really too big on OU, but I love Oklahoma.
Oh man,
for sure.
So how you feeling, man? The project is done, right?
Yes, Sirski. We I feel probably like better about my craft than I ever have in the past like year and a half or so. Probably ever, like I said. But yeah, we got the album. You know what I'm saying? Uploaded. Shit. Pre-orders available May 31st, Monday, and shit, album out June 10th. Shit, you know, so Silver Surfer. It's been a minute since you dropped the project, so like did that weigh in? You feel like just being in the studio a bunch and like kind of practicing, being in the gym, I mean, yeah, like
a little more than you feel like that helped you get that confidence and like feel like you honed in on it a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like my peers around me, like everybody that I had to be around, like I seen everybody work so fast that they just had albums and shit like that. Like I really wanted to take the time to where I knew like I was gonna put out a body of work that I was just confident in, like, and I knew that like song for song, like I wouldn't deny that I actually enjoyed the song. So regardless if somebody else don't, I know that I did. Like, not putting it out for nobody else, I put it out for me, but I know that people was just, I know they gonna gravitate to it. Like, and it was just that the last album or mixtape that I really put out was like January and May or like 2019. Mm-hmm. And I was on really SoundCloud type shit. I was getting beats off YouTube. I mean, I still get beats off YouTube, but now I buy them as opposed to stealing them. For real.
So talk about, I mean, you talked about the people around you. Talk about, I feel like the last time we talked, were you even really like clicked up with Dez and
I was always with Dez, and I had met Barbie on my road. Like I probably, after that interview is when I kind of met Barbie. Me and Barbie met through like in the studio type. I didn't even, people was telling me that she was just started rapping. When I first kind of got here, like everybody that I was meeting, it was just like, if you rap, you rap. Oh, I do too. So it was like, we was just linking up. But when I seen Barbie, it was just like, we didn't really have no musical connection for the first time. Like it was always on some like genuine love type shit. We just brother sister type shit. Like we was just always cool. And then our relationship just grew bigger over time. Like we started building some shit that just like over people's eyes, now they see us like we did this shit. We started this shit.
Yeah, so talk about it. Just like the movement. How, I mean, y'all have all just kind of like fed off of each other, and Dez dropped and Barbie dropped, and Bandman been putting projects out. He just dropped his like solo project. Mm-hmm. So just talk about kind of like the momentum y'all got going.
Shit, I think that was the stamp, like that's what we wanted to stamp like in the beginning of the year. Like I think what really started it off was when Band dropped that one Band album, and we just realized how many songs like we just had collectively. And when he put the shit together, it was just like, damn, like we really got some shit. And it was crazy because he was like, man, these just all songs that I produced that neither one of us, me, Famous Galore, Barbie, PB, Cobain, Dez, we didn't have we wasn't gonna put none of those on our albums. Yeah. Like, and they just all of a sudden like
throwaways almost.
Throwaways, and then they just, so then that's when we knew the whole year like we was gonna be on the gas. And then Barbie said she was dropping, and then shit right after Barbie momentum was still high and jumping, and then we already knew we spent the time in September working on Dez album in LA and shit, so we knew that was coming eventually. He said he had been saying March, so March came around the corner. He dropped his shit, so I just kept pushing my shit back to work on it some more. Like, I'm glad that I didn't drop it last year when I said I was supposed to say it was gonna come out in June, and then I said November, and then I said December, January, February, April, and now May, and then it's not even coming out in May, it's coming out in June. So,
do you feel like that helped the project from where it was? I mean, if you would have dropped it a year ago, I mean, obviously we heard it 2 months ago, and it's completely different.
Yeah,
now
already
than,
it's already completely different. I played quite a few songs too that what's called, but like it's it's just like I feel like it did help me because like over time, like last year at my mind state as an artist, like opposed to now, like now I feel like I can like really make some really in tune quality music. Last year I was finding a way to like make some quality music, but I knew like my voice sounded good. I was just trying to find things to put together, and I didn't have a lot of songs. Like I made Yasersky last July, and I performed it at the big show. We had the big show. That was my first premiere night performing it. I dropped it that night because I knew I was gonna be on the show. Yasersky was my first time, just where I felt like I really made a song that I was just like I'm confident in. Like this, when I knew like the album had to sound like this. Like we had to have the album like in this type of wave, like, and I just kind of went with like everything that I was saying in there was just kind of like relevant to where it was going on in my life at right then and there. I felt like, and then when everybody liked it at the big show, I had it out for a minute, and then all it took was for me to drop the video. I came like 4 months later, finally dropped the video, and then that shit went up. Like everybody was just like, "Oh yeah, yes, Sersky." I heard everybody saying the shit, and I dropped it on my birthday, the video on my birthday. So then I was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna turn this shit up. Like my shit finna go crazy." Like I knew I had to put in a different type of level of work. And I felt like I turned that motor on. I always told my homeboys, like, just call my niggas from back in, like, KC and shit. They just tell me, like, I be telling them, like, nigga, I'm about to switch this motor, bro. Like, when I drop this album, God, it's going to be something different. Like, and y'all niggas going to be the proudest of me. And I'll make sure my mama know, though. She heard every single song that has been on the album and has been cut. Every single one.
So talk about Yasersky, because I feel like that was the first time, at least that I saw, that you... Like, it kind of seemed like you were figuring out your marketing and, like, kind of rolling out the video and, like, kind of the game plan behind it instead of just throwing something up. So talk about kind of, like, where you got that from or, like, what the...
Working with Ben, Ben was really kind of, like, the one that told me to, like, really push that shit because he was like, bro, you got you one. We got Yasersky, we got you one. And I was in the studio on bullshit when I made it, but I felt like it was a cool song. PB was there when I made it. And it was me, PB, and Ben. We was just in there, and I was just like, I think STK Peso was there when he pulled up and seen me recording that shit too. But it was just like the marketing behind it was like Ben was just telling me like, you know, we got to focus on the marketing stage of it. We got to make this shit look good. And Dez made it so adamant. Poe was like, you know, it was just a different time from when I was dropping on SoundCloud and I could just put out anything and just say I'm just put out something with a weak ass cover. Now I done got to where it's like everything matters in little aspects of my career and of my focus of, you know what I'm saying, this artistry in this game.
So what do you, aside from like the business aspect, talk about your relationship with Bam Man? I feel like he's pretty heavy on the album, right?
Yeah, Bandman is the reason why this shit even came together. Like, the whole thing came together. Like, without Band, bro, like, I mean, not saying that because I got a couple of other producers, but they not here. Like, even before Guap, me and Band had been working. Like, we been started working together. Like, we put in countless amount of hours. Like, and our relationship is just like, I didn't been through times where I done been mad as fuck at Bandman, bro. He know, like, I done been pissed off. Bandman just like that though. Like, he'll get you pissed off, but shit, like sometimes, like, you know, that's just who he is though. Like, but me and him, his relationship is like, shit. Outside of this shit, me and that nigga cool. We always, bro. That's bro. Like, we play the game, Madden, 2K. Niggas go smoke, go get weed all the time. Share exotics, motherfucking compare exotics. Like, nigga smoke. That's all we do. Is just. We be really kicking it and shit.
So why does he make you mad? Talk about me. What is he?
Bro, Bandman know he pissed me off. Like, if I like, it just be little shit. Like, he'll say something like about it. Like, it'll be about a session or something and he forget and he'd be like, oh, I don't have you down or something. And this was just like a while ago before we really kind of had like understandings and stuff. Like, when I first met Bandman my first impression of him was like, I told this nigga Dez, I'm like, bro, no, I don't like, bro. Like, no, I don't want to hang, bro. He tripping, but, and like, Dez told me, like, bro, that's just Band, like, but shit with Band, like, he not the type of nigga where it's just like off rip, where he just gonna be a friend, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I understood that. So
He
like,
talked to me for 6 months probably.
yeah, you know how band is, like that nigga just, but shit, we ended up growing a relationship because bruh seen I ain't had no beats like that. Like I got partners that make beats, but it's like I just be on some different type of vibes type shit. But he knew what type of vibes I be on, and he knew he could create that. So like he was just like, yeah, I gotta get this nigga some beats, and we just start working in. We start locking in, and shit, we had been tight ever since. And now we didn't discover too many sounds. Like bro, me and him have like cuts in the vault, and everybody just be like yeah, you and Ben. Buddha just told me the other day, like, yeah, you and Ben, y'all like me and AD. And I'm like, yeah, on God, like, nigga, me and that nigga Ben we be putting in some work for real.
Thanks, for sure. And when you get a relationship like that, it's hard to find. But when y'all build off of each other, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in the lab though, like when we get in the stew, like the chemistry is like at this point it's on some other shit. Like he already know like what I'm gonna sound like. He already know what I'm gonna do. Like the nigga make a beat, he know if I'm gonna be on it. Like he know if I'm gonna fuck with it or not. Like it don't take me nothing. Like it be taking me a minute to like get some stuff like recorded with him like more than it used to. Cause I used to have all my shit written. But now I don't write all my shit down. Like I just kind of write shit by like 1 bar every 4 bars, like just to make sure like I was on the right track when I'm rapping in there. So it's like, but we and him just really we be on point with that shit though.
For sure. So let's like turn back to the Silver Surfer album. I don't even think we said the name. Like
Silver Surfer. Yes, sir.
So just kind of talk about like, first of all, how many songs are on the final cut?
12 songs. I really wanted to make it like 16, but niggas wasn't going. Like niggas wasn't going. But yeah, 12 songs on the total cut.
So what features made it?
The only feature I got on there is Neighborhood Barbie.
Okay. So
I got a lot of features, but not a lot. But I got a few features, but they just not coming out right now. Like a lot of people just like told me like, you don't gotta drop all the features right now, shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, you right. I'm gonna make some more shit over time. But the only one that made this album was Barbie, because that shit hard.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit crazy. You heard that shit, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
I like the one with Dez too. But yeah,
I did too. And Dez was the one.
I think we cut it that night though.
Yeah, we did, because Dez was like, I don't think that should go on. I'm like, bro, you tripping, bro. Like that motherfucker crazy. But I'm gonna put it out though. That's coming out. We're gonna do a video and all, because that shit hard. For
sure. So how many songs you think you made over the course of? I mean, you've been working on this like what, 2 years, damn near, right? Year and a half.
I say a whole year. Like
okay.
I started last May. The first song. The intro on the album is the oldest song on there. I made that last April, and that's the oldest song. So like.
So about a year.
Yeah, about a year.
So how many songs do you think you made over the course of that year that were intended for the project and ended up getting cut?
But every song. No, I ain't gonna say every song, but like 90% of every studio session I go into is to make my album. Like that's how I was thinking, like everything, like, oh, I'm gonna make my album. I've been telling people I was gonna finish my album so many times. It's been to the point to where it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, like, bro, your shit's not coming out. Like, people be trying to tell me that like I'm under some goddamn Birdman label or something. Like, no, nigga, it's just me. Like, I ain't got my shit done. I ain't figured out what I'm doing all the way yet at the time. But then when I finally had gotten to the course, like over that time from April to today, still, like, I probably had the album done maybe last 2 weeks ago. Like, I just recorded like 3 songs that are going on the album. But like, I probably recorded over like, I want to say like maybe 150 songs in a year.
But I feel like doing that, and regardless of, people like kind of being on your head about not dropping it, like, regardless of how long it took, you believing in it, you know what I mean, and feeling like you put out the best product is going to resonate with the people. Like, they're going to know that you put your best shit out.
That's exactly how I feel, though. I feel like when people hear this shit, I always tell my mama when we talking about it, I'll be like, my main focus of the album was to make a song for every 12 individuals that listen to this album. So it's like, if a white person, a black person, an Asian person, or however many people, 2 black people or 2 whatever, the amount of 12 people, different individual people, out of 12 of these songs, I wanted each one of them to like each 12 of these songs.
Yeah.
One of them, like each one of them. They didn't have to be all. They didn't all have to like one of them, but one of them was gonna like each one of them from these 12, and it was all gonna be the 12 different songs. So that's what I made sure of. Like I made sure like it was not no just like, oh, I'm just throw that in there. Just no, it was like the best songs need to go on here, and I know that I got a lot of songs, but to cut it down to 12, that's how I know that I still got a lot of good songs, great songs left over, and that's why I can't wait to just. And I already started working on my new shit, but because I've already submitted my Silver Surfer album, when I start promoting it, that's when I just kind of lay back off recording right now. But I'm still working on another album right now, but this one, it's the most important for me because it's like my debut. It's like I want people to really understand, like I really do this shit, bro. Like I've been rapping for years, but now, like niggas know. Niggas that I grew up with and went to school with, they know now. Like motherfuckers done seen. Females know. Like, trust me. ain't gonna say too much.
I'm not gonna press you.
Yeah, you know, don't say too much, but yeah.
No doubt, bro. I mean, I think I've heard everything that's going on the album.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm excited to see you put it out and just see what the reception is, because I feel like y'all got a machine behind everything.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's what I do. Like I like the organization behind it. I like the fact that Barbie dropped, Dez dropped, Band dropped his shit. I'm about to drop my shit, and then Peso finna drop. ESGQ finna drop. Lil Cobain finna drop. Famous Galore, she finna drop something. Like everybody is literally in rotation for the whole year, and by the time everybody is done, I'm probably gonna be the first one. If I'm not the first, it'll probably be Barbie, but I'm the first one. Me or Barbie, I promise we're gonna be the first ones to drop another album this year. And I don't know, I got 2 albums. I'm working on another solo album, and I already have another album, a joint album, and like I can't even talk too much about that shit, but I got a joint album like ready to go. Like we on one.
For
like,
sure, bro. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what happens the rest of the year. I feel like everything is, even in like the whole state, everything is at a great spot to be.
Yeah, like bro, I be seeing even other artists around. Like that's just why I be like,
the momentum is building.
Everybody building up. Everybody has been working on their craft as opposed to like, you know what I'm saying, just not doing nothing. People, you can see who's working on their craft. You can see who's not. You can see who, you know what I'm saying, who taking what they got to do seriously and want to be better for the music scene of the culture, not just like for Oklahoma, but for the culture of music, bro. And that's just what I always focus myself on. I wanted to be one of the biggest artists in the world. I want to be able to make a pop song for these white women, and then I want to make a trap song for these niggas, and I want to make shit, everything. I'll make reggae if I could. If a nigga made me a beat and it was reggae, on God,
and you definitely, out of everybody, like you got that the most like, I don't even want to say mainstream because that almost sounds like a diss, but you definitely got the most like pop potential.
Yeah. Like I say, me and Lil Cobain, like, and Famous Galore too. Like we both, like, we all three, like we talk about like making records like that. But I mean, me in the instance, like I focus on, like, I would literally, like, if motherfucking what's it called, Adele, or if somebody like who else? I ain't gonna say Taylor Swift. I don't really, you know, but like I'm trying to think of some, like, if The Weeknd, bro, like if I could get like Ed Sheeran, bro, on a song, bro, like, bro, I'll go crazy. Like, and people just would probably look at me like, are you serious, bro? This is music we're talking about. I'm talking about music. Like, if I was to take a good song with these people, bro, and get on it, bro, like, people would be amazed, like, just amazed. And that's why I want to get to a point to where I do make songs like that. But I grew up on a lot of Chris Brown too, so, like, I guess that's where it comes from.
For sure. So tell them one more time before we get out of here. Plug the dates you got coming.
May 31st, we got a Silver Surfer pre-release, pre-order, you know what I'm saying, available. iTunes, all the stores. June 10th, the album come out. June 10th, we also having a release party. Upper Level Lounge. If you're in the Oklahoma City area, if you're not in the Oklahoma City area, come down here. That's what I'm telling you. Like, but yeah, that's what I got going up. June 3rd, actually, I forgot, between there, June 3rd, I'm performing somewhere out here in the city on 23rd somewhere. I gotta find a building, but you know, and I'm at the World Culture Music Festival with Southwest and Barbie this weekend, of course. And I don't really got much dates further than June right now, but we gonna get everything gonna be lined up. Once the album say all platforms, your album is out release, motherfuckers gonna look at me like after from nowhere like they don't even know me again. Like they gonna think like, oh, this nigga in the industry, because I am. That's how I'm feeling. Silver Surfer, June 10th, out everywhere on all platforms. It's Big Surfer, Skeem Flaveir, and I'm giving you the okay.